Welcome back to Business Equity and Opportunities. I'm Scott Sander. Talk about accessing capital. We do it every time this week. There's a cultural shift coming, known by several names: the silver tsunami, the gray wave, the great wealth transfer, as more baby boomers age out of the working world and, in our case, out of business ownership. Some will close up shop, others pass it on to family or sell it to new owners. According to Ray Drew, also known as SBA Ray, about $10 trillion worth of business assets are at stake.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Access to capital.
Happy to be welcomed by a new guest here on Business Equity and Opportunities, Ray Drew, better known as SBA Ray, kind enough to join us. Thanks for being with us. Your nickname is intriguing and I think very appropriate for our friends watching. What does the SBA and SBA Ray stand for?
The SBA stands for U.S. Small Business Administration, which is what I've been doing my whole career, the past 12 years. There's a 7A program. It's the SBA's flagship loan program, and I use it to help get money out the door to small businesses all across the country.
In that regard, this week you've come up with an interesting topic that I think's been bubbling up for years and years, but now seems to be hitting full swing. This idea of, and it goes by a number of different names, the gray wave or the tsunami. What is it in essence, and how will it affect people on all sides of businesses, big and small?
The last few years, we're really seeing it. I mean, I've been doing this, like I said, 12, 13 years, and the last 3 or so, I've been feeling this movement, and I think it's fueled by what's estimated that 10 or 11,000 baby boomers are retiring every day, and a lot of them own businesses. Mm-hmm. And what we're seeing is that their kids, who are typically millennials, don't have that interest in taking over the family business as much as they used to. You know, these are manufacturing businesses, blue-collar businesses, the trades. And so when the sellers go to retire, they're having to sell their business in the open market. And that's where this great wealth transfer comes in. And a lot of people are sitting there, maybe they're in corporate America, and they're seeing it as their opportunity to get into small business ownership.
Is there advice for both sides of this? I mean, you have these people making a very difficult decision. Do they close up shop? Can they find a buyer? And then from the buyer's side, this is an excellent opportunity, it would seem.
Well, yeah, I mean, people certainly want financial freedom, but they also want to work for themselves. But not everyone has that $1 million idea to go start a business. And quite frankly, a lot of startups fail. So when you learn about the idea of buying an existing, already established business, you're able to cut through a lot of that startup risk and move right into a business that's already cash flowing.
Are there structures in place, ways to help that process actually happen?
Yeah, well, you know, like you said, there's two sides to the equation. So the seller side, you kind of have to, one, understand you can sell the business. There can be value in your business, and you should be preparing for that sale years in advance if you can to maximize your enterprise value, right? On the other side, the buyers are taking on both opportunity and risk. So they also want to be prepared and understand how to due diligence the business and make sure they know what they're stepping into. And the structure is typically 10% equity injection. So that's like a down payment. The seller often holds a little bit of a seller note. It's a way to keep their feet to the fire after closing. And then the SBA loan, which is what I provide, typically fills in the gap, which is the bulk of it, like 80%, and sometimes even higher than that.
The SBA portion of this, reach out through the SBA or providers like yourself?
Well, that's a really good question, because the SBA actually doesn't lend money. They provide a guarantee to lenders. So any bank or credit union can make an SBA loan, as well as some non-bank lenders that are in the space. My advice is always work with an expert, work with someone who knows the ins and outs of SBA lending, particularly if you're looking to buy a business, the business acquisition side of SBA lending, because it can do a lot of different things. And that is the one key piece of advice I tell everyone, because SBA is complex. The terms are great, people like it, but there's a lot of hidden landmines laying around.
We've talked a lot about from the side of, for instance, the current owners who are trying to figure out what to do. If there is a buyer lined up, what do they need to do to, in your words, get their ducks in a row for this to happen?
Yeah, so I talk to people every day. This is what I do. And I tell them you need three things. One, you need good credit, a track record of paying your bills on time. That's important. You need cash or assets to borrow against, sort of like a home equity line for that down payment. And finally, you need experience. This is an active investment where you are going to be stepping into the operator role. So you've got to come equipped with certain skills. Doesn't mean you need to know the ins and outs of the industry you're buying the business in, but you certainly should have relevant management experience and transferable skills so that you're well equipped to take over the business.
You mentioned complexities. There's another name for this, the silver tsunami. These are kind of terms that can make you think like this is a daunting time, and maybe, some pessimism and some fear reigns. Should we have that attitude, or is this instead actually a great opportunity for people from both sides of this?
Well, think about it this way. There is a loan that I closed last year for someone who had started out as a receptionist at a hair salon, put herself through beauty school, became a stylist, worked her way up, became a manager at the salon. And when the seller or the owner went to retire, they sold it to that manager who was the receptionist. And we facilitated an SBA loan, got a little creative with the structure, and that former receptionist became the CEO of her own business, which was, an incredible story.
There may be a tale in there as well worth telling about looking inward for your potential buyer. You may not have even thought of the people who've been alongside you the whole time as maybe being the ones to take things over. Ray, this has been good perspective for us today. SBA Ray Drew, first-time contributor, though I'm hoping maybe a frequent contributor here on Business Equity and Opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
If you'd like to learn a little bit more about Ray Drew, the silver tsunami, or any of our access to capital stories, they're on our website, beoshow.com. We have links to all of our past